Hey y'all, we're about to start the Z Files. There's my buddy Wes. We're about to make it happen, Captain.
Word up, no rap, no crap, you bore me. One to grab my body, too lazy.
Hold it for me.
I'm straight rap great.
All right,
Bust
I'm
the
gonna
head
unmute the
straight
mic.
and dreads, I'm
Hey.
everlasting. Like it's so on pro cash, a tech nine, when I rhyme. Plus I climb, word is bond. Your album couldn't with one line. It's been 3 years since your last tear, but now I reappear, your heart pumps fear. To your gut, did your girl's butt. I scraped it, shaped it, now she won't strut. I smashed teeth, off your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith. You won't be
That's
around
still the
this year.
jam.
My rap's too severe, can get bad flavor in your ear. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear.
That's that
Time for new flavor.
90s bad boy run.
So we on? We on right now?
We on right now.
You ready?
Ready to go.
Let's start the show then. What's up, y'all? What's up? It's your main man with the plan, comedian Rod Z here, and it is once again time for the Z Files. We thank you for joining us. Make sure you check in with all your friends, tell them about the show, and please ask them to subscribe as soon as possible. We want to build up our following. We're only, this is episode 6?
7.
Episode 7. We're 7 shows in, so we're still a young show. We're trying to bring you the latest in current events, things that are going on in the world, have a little fun with it, give our opinion, then get out your way. But we thank you for joining us here on the Z Files. To my right, your left, is none other. I say this every time, so I got to keep doing it. It started tradition, bro. The Haitian sensation who is sweeping the nation, Mr. Westner Pierre, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, people? Sac passe, na boule.
Sac passe, no boule.
Na boule, na boule.
Na boule.
Nula, nula, nula. We here.
All right, we here. New I gotta get on my Creole, y'all.
It's all good.
But
it's all good.
Wes has been so gracious to help us get the show. He's a vital part. Wes, I'm still serious about interviewing you.
Okay.
I'm trying to get away from it.
Okay.
But we're gonna interview you one day and let people know how important you are and vital to the Z Files. It's not my show. It's our show. It's your show. So we want you to subscribe. We want you to tell people. Shout out to all my friends on Facebook Live right now. This is the Z Files. We like to do it on Facebook Live, but you can also check us out. So all of my people that are on, stay with us. We're not going to be on too long, but we want you to stay with us, make comments, ask some questions, and if we can get you to swipe and share, let people know that we are on YouTube. Look up the Z Files on YouTube. You can actually watch us now live if you want to on YouTube, but no, just stay with us. And then later on, ask people to subscribe to our show on our YouTube channel, the Z Files. But thanks again. Shout out to all my people, Kim Mack, Bilton Jordan, Shayna Ingram, Shayna Paramore, all my people that are watching right now. Tasha Watson, my classmate. We going in and out, but it's all good.
It's all good.
We're going to make it happen, Captain. So you heard the music as we came into the show, giving honor and homage to Craig Mack. Former rapper Craig Mack, best known for his platinum hit, Flavor in Your Ear, died last week in South Carolina. Culleton County Coroner Richard Harvey says the 47-year-old Mr. Mack died at his home in Walterboro around 9 p.m. Monday, March 12, 2018. Dr. Harvey said it appeared Mr. Mack died of natural causes. The Long Island, New York native helped launch P. Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment with his first album project, Funk the World. It was anchored by Flavor in Your Ear, which was nominated for a Grammy Award. The remix also included LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, and then up-and-coming rapper Biggie Smalls. His follow-up single, Get Down, went gold. Craig Mack, P. Diddy was quoted as saying, Craig Mack, you were the first artist to release music on the Bad Boy label and gave us our first hit. You always followed your heart, and you had an energy that was out of this world. You believed in me. You believed in Bad Boy. P. Diddy said on social media last week, and he will never forget what he did for hip-hop. P. Diddy said that Craig Mack inspired him, and he will continue to try to keep inspiring others, and we will always love you. Bad Boy for life. Craig Mack, he didn't have a lot of hits, but the songs he released, the Flavor in Your Ear is still prominent. As a matter of fact, If you check out, I believe it's a Ford commercial. He's on there.
Right.
His music is on there. There's a young lady getting ready for a job interview or a presentation, a big presentation, and she's listening to Flavor in your ear. So I thought that was cool.
You don't remember him on this?
So let's bring back my man, Craig
Hey,
Mack.
yo, you must wanna
Yeah.
be in this book of
Hey,
words.
I remember that.
For life, you feel you gonna survive. You couldn't move through my terrain.
Yeah.
He was good.
We done tried.
Craig Mack was dope.
Finest. You hungry? Try this. Buy this. Live this. I take my rap style real serious.
Bad Boy was running things.
Think it ain't that serious? I bang
Yeah, let me get my
clubs
watch.
and lights. Mac won't stop until Mac's on top. Young Black America, my CD.
Craig Mack, ladies and gentlemen, gone but not forgotten. We're gonna miss you, Craig Mack. Appreciate everything you did for hip hop. Flavor in your ear is still banging to this day. So we are just paying homage. We do not own the rights to this music. Just wanted to say that we do not own the rights to this music. So
Of course you do. I thought you did.
no, it's
Allegedly.
not mine. It's none of mine. None of
Allegedly.
mine. So Craig Mack, we miss you, bro. But we're gonna get into some news. You had some news. Speaking of people who died in music. Turn it up, turn it up. We don't own the rights to this music, y'all. Speaking of people who died, Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Start it over, man. Start it over. Speaking of people who died. It's funny, but it's not funny. But it's funny,
You're terrible.
if I can say it like that. Shaka Khan,
What happened this time?
man, put me on the screen, man. I gotta talk about this. I need the people to see my face. Shaka Khan.
No, you up there?
Shaka Khan, last weekend at Jazz in the Garden, there was Anita Baker. Who else was there? There were several great artists. Smokey Robinson. Several other artists that were there doing their thing, performing well for
Right.
Jazz in the Garden. Jazz in the Garden is a nice concert. If you've never been, Wes, you gotta go.
When is it? When is it usually go?
They usually do it the second or third week in March, the middle of March,
Okay.
and we keep going in and out. But
Oh, the Facebook Live.
Shaka did real bad in her last performance at Jazz in the Garden. Well,
Was she out
this
of breath?
past week, it was weekend before last, but this past weekend she was in Macon, and I'm trying to find out how she did there. But
Was she out of breath or something?
no, let me tell you what happened. Shaka was incoherent. It seemed like she may have been
Health concerns or drugs?
high.
Drugs?
She was either high or just losing her memory. She couldn't remember the words to her song. She didn't sing a lot of it. Her background singer sang most of it. Her band sounded great, and her backup singers were awesome. But she couldn't remember. She couldn't get it together. She was doing this a lot, holding the mic out for people to help sing her song, and it just was a bad look. It was so bad that people got up and they walked out.
So she's saying it's ripped to that performance.
She what?
Rest in peace to the performance.
It was awful. And what bothers me is Shaka Khan is one of my favorite artists. I love Shaka. I got a lot of her music. I got her music. Rufus and Shaka Khan. I got Hollywood, all that stuff.
She ain't pulled a Mariah Carey during New Year's. did
It was worse.
she? No.
She couldn't remember the
Because Mariah
words of the
Mariah
song.
straight gave up. She just looked at the audience like, oh, and just stopped.
It was
just like,
bad. People walked out. I saw a video. I wasn't there, but I saw video footage of it, and that was my. I'm giving you what I saw. From what I saw, she couldn't remember the words and lyrics to her song. She wasn't singing most of the time. She definitely wasn't trying to hit those high notes that she usually does, and that's what people like to hear Shaka do.
Right.
They like to hear her hit them high notes. Shaka was bombing, man. And it's sad. As an entertainer, you hate to see that because it can happen, and it's not a good look at all. But I think she still has support. Shaka just has to make sure she gets herself together before she performs. She's getting up in age, and it could be.
How old is she?
She's in her 60s, if I'm not mistaken. But the biggest problem was that she either couldn't remember her lyrics or the drug abuse that she's done over the years has just gotten to her and affected her, and she just wasn't there, bro. She checked out.
Oh, God.
Like the first 5 minutes, Shaka checked out, bro. She was not doing good at all. And you saw her on an interview
Yeah,
when they were talking about
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, when we were sitting around all getting high and everything, I was like, what? Come on.
She was just telling her story.
I understand that, but come on.
Shaka did some drugs now.
Come on, man.
She abused the alcohol, man. She did real bad.
Right.
And we praying for you, Shaka.
She was also, I think she was a Black Panther. She joined the Black Panther Party at age 16 or something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
she was a part of the party part. She wasn't a part of the Black Panther. She was a part of the party part. She was the hostess with the mostest, because Shaka was doing them drugs back in the day. Shaka was fine back in the day too, man. Had that wild hair thing going. I like Shaka, man. I'm just sad she, bless her heart. Y'all pray for Shaka Khan. Pray for Shaka here. But you know, things happen. But the people walked out, man. It's not funny, Wes. Stop it.
I'm not. What?
It was sad, man.
I
They-
just
they-
hope I just
people.
hope
She was the headliner too, if I'm not mistaken,
I
that
just
night, and
hope
people
it's-
walked out.
it's not any health concerns or anything like that.
It's a health concern because she couldn't remember. She couldn't get it together. Either way, it's bad, because if it's a memory loss situation or she's just getting old, it's bad. If it's a health concern, it's drugs are involved, drugs or alcohol.
Right,
so
right.
it's bad either way.
Right.
You can't be in front of thousands of performing and can't do your music.
Right.
That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
What you're saying is she should have known better before she went out there.
Hey man, you gotta. People paid to come. People drove from. Jazz in the Garden is not just people in Miami Gardens.
Well, anytime you have people spending money to go see you perform, regardless of what it is, you got to put the best foot forward.
you owe it to your people. You
Correct.
owe it to.
Correct.
You owe it to the audience. I got some other stuff going on. So you owe it to the people, though.
Right.
You owe it to people to be prepared. You owe it to people to give them your best. You owe it to the people who paid their money. People traveled from near and far to come
Right.
see this show. It's a very popular show. It's over the years has gained popularity. Thousands of people come, and you just can't be there blowing it.
Now, you as a comedian, you tour and you perform. You're all over the place.
Right.
Have you run into a situation where you weren't feeling the best and you still went out there and tried to give the people a show, or would you have you think she should have just said no?
If I can't perform, I'm not going on.
Right.
I'll rather cancel the show, give the people their money, whatever. I've got to do well.
Right.
Now, I've done shows when I wasn't feeling my best, where I was sick. I even did a show a couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, where I had vertigo.
Right.
And my
Shoot.
balance was off.
I'm dealing with that now.
Yeah, my balance was off a little bit, and like I had to stay home for 3 days.
Okay.
And I just remember praying, God, please help me be ready, because the show was a good show. It was at the Improv, and I was blessed enough and fortunate enough to be able to get my balance back and stop with the nausea. Excuse me.
Right.
Stop
You're
with
good.
the nausea, and I was able to pull it together and do the show, which was quite an experience for me. But the biggest thing is I'm not going to go on if I can't give the people a good
Right,
show.
right.
Just don't do it. So I guess the paycheck was too big for Jazz in the Garden. To the promoters of Jazz in the Garden, if you're out there watching, if you ever see this, I called y'all. Y'all should have put me on the show, man. Should have. I could have. I'm just saying. I ain't hating on Shaka, but I could have come through. I wanted to do the show, but they don't know me yet. So hang in there. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the next topic real quick. Let's get into Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Donald Trump and Joe Biden kind of got into a little bit of a social media trash talk thing. Do you think this is a story from Biden and Gail Collins wrote this?
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 12.
Let's get Joe Biden said some things about our president, your president, not
In the
mine.
blue corner. My president?
Yeah, your president.
My friend. My friend. How is he my president? My friend.
He's your
my
president.
friend.
So do you think Joe Biden is too old to be president?
I'm from the shithole country, my friend. Remember, my friend. He's not my president.
He is your president. So Joe Biden made a comment about President Trump saying that if they were in high school, he would have taken President Trump behind the gymnasium and whooped him, basically beat him up. And of course, Trump, in typical Trump fashion, responded.
Hold on, that's fighting words though.
Yeah, he said he would take him back and whoop his butt. He also said that Trump responded saying that that's locker room talk or whatnot. But Trump responded by saying that if he got into a boxing match or a fight with Joe Biden, he would beat him down to the ground while he was crying the whole way down.
I'd like to see that.
So, of course, Trump is going to respond. And Joe Biden was at University of Miami speaking, and he just basically said that he was wrong for saying what he said. He was wrong for saying what he said, but he said women need to be respected. And the comment that Joe Biden made was in response to the grab him by the pussy situation.
Right.
You know, that's what Trump said. Grab him.
Right,
He's the president of the United States,
right.
so I'm not ashamed to say it. I usually wouldn't use that language because that's not my style. But that's what Trump said.
Right.
He said he can grab women by the pussy. He's obviously doing it.
Right.
Because he's got a your girl. What's the lady's name?
Who you got your money on though?
I'll take Joe. Joe's 77. I think Trump is 71.
How many rounds?
But I take
How
Joe.
many rounds do you think it'll go?
It's got to be 2 rounds. You can't do more.
I don't think they'll make it past.
It can't be more than 2 rounds. Listen, a boxing round is 3 minutes long, and boxing is grueling.
Right.
Okay, even
Right.
without getting hit.
Right.
3 minutes of bouncing around the ring, I've
Right.
done it.
Right.
It's rough.
I know. I have too.
Without
It ain't
getting
no joke.
hit, it's rough.
I
So
know.
I have all the respect in the world for boxers, but I give them 2 rounds.
Right.
The first round would definitely be a draw. Ain't nobody gonna hit nobody. I think Joe would sneak a couple of punches in. I don't know though. Trump is a mean old dirty orange son of a gun. So I don't know.
I don't think it go past round 1.
Tanya Jones, what's up on Facebook Live? My stream's getting interrupted. I know, Tanya. I don't know what's going on. We're in a disclosed location, and it might be affecting us. But
We're in a fallout shelter.
you can check us out right now if you'd like to still see us live. Go to YouTube. Go to
Oh
the
no, we're not. We're not.
Oh, that's
we're-
right, we're
yeah,
not
no,
live.
We're not.
Oh.
We're not. We're gonna record it.
Don't.
There-
Well, you'll be
there-
able to check us out later on this week on YouTube. Go to the Z Files channel and check us out. But I'm sorry for my Facebook livers. Just try to hang with us. We apologize. Stream keeps getting interrupted. I know, Cassandra. I'm so sorry.
They'll be able to watch it maybe Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll be on though probably by Tuesday up on Facebook, and I'll share it. But you can check us out Tuesday afternoon when we put up episode 7 of the Z Files. So sorry to all my Facebook Live watchers, but let's get back to Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I'm a little bit disappointed with Donald Trump because, well, I mean, everybody's disappointed with Donald Trump. People that voted for Donald Trump are disappointed with him. But I'm really disappointed with him because the brother did not show up. He's not involved or engaged in anything that's going to make this country progress.
What brother?
I don't know. He's a human being, if you want to call him that.
Oh, okay.
I try to humanize people, even the worst ones of us.
Correct. I understand.
But he just sucks. He sucks as a person. He's just a jerk. He doesn't know what he's doing. Everybody from his show is winding up in the White House. He don't know what he's doing, man. He's got people on the cabinet who are reality TV show people.
I mean,
They have no idea. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
what do we expect? What do you expect?
I expect
You know what I mean?
if you win the presidency, I expect you to surround yourself with creative, smart people who know what they're doing.
Why? When he's an egomaniac.
Oh God!
Why would he? You know what I'm saying?
How did
Why
how
would
did
he?
he win president? I still don't know.
Why would he?
I just don't understand. Somebody that was in those marches after he won president, they was marching everywhere. Somebody out there that was marching is lying. They voted for him. It was a lot of listen. Did you see the marches that took place right after he won president?
Yeah.
out of all those people, somebody out there was lying.
Yeah.
Because it was gajillions of people
So I got
in the major cities of this country. We're talking about L.A., Chicago, New York, Philly, Atlanta, Miami, all the major cities. We're talking about the streets were flooded.
halfway through the first round, Joe Biden gets him with an uppercut.
Who said that?
Me.
Halfway through the first round?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
though.
you know what? They got to do it MMA style, because they can't just be a regular boxing match.
Just let them get it
They
on.
Get it on. They got to get it on.
I want him to go ahead and fight, though. I want somebody to fight Donald Trump. I don't even want to hurt Donald Trump. I just want to rip his toupee off his head. If I could just grab his toupee and rip it off his head and say, you're a liar and your hair's a liar, then I'll be fine.
He lied.
He's a jerk. All right. Let's get to another topic of discussion. We want to talk about Emma Gonzalez. Emma Gonzalez from the March of Our Lives. She riled up the audience yesterday. First of all, let's talk about these young people that marched yesterday for March of Our Lives all over the country, also in major cities. These young people have mobilized. Did you see I don't know if you saw it, Wes, but the young people were everywhere. They marched on Washington, and I was proud. I was proud of our generation. I was proud to see that our young people care enough, and they're going to make a difference. So Donald Trump, get ready, because you coming out, bro. And all of these young people that are graduating high school that may not usually vote, all of these politicians that are out there that are taking money from the NRA, you will be gone. But these young people are serious. They're taking notes. They're taking record of who's taking money from the NRA. And the young vote will speak. The young people are going to vote, and they're going to if they're able to vote, they're coming. And they're coming in droves, and they're going to get your butt out of office. So to all my politicians out there who feel like it's cool to take money from the NRA, your time is about to be up, because these young people that are graduating from high school, they are serious about this gun control. They are serious about getting automatic rifles, assault weapons off the streets, and they mean business, and they're not playing around. So y'all just go ahead and get ready to reap the whirlwind, pal.
Now, do you think they're marching in vain?
No, I don't. I think that these are new voters.
Right.
A lot of young people don't vote because they feel like their voice isn't going to get heard.
Well, not necessarily true, because young people have been the forefront of all movements, even like the civil rights movement. Those were young people.
Well, I'm speaking more now of maybe the last
I'm talking
20
about,
years.
Yeah, I mean, young people have always been there. But what I'm saying is this, even though people are upset with Trump and certain, issues that they have with him, the issue is bigger than him. You know what I mean? The NRA and all these, folks, they got a lot of money. They got deep pockets. They're paying a lot of people. I personally feel like the issue isn't necessarily a gun control issue. I think it's a mental health issue, and
I think it's both.
I think it's mainly a mental health issue.
I think it's both. I got this running. I think it's a little bit of both, Wes, and I'll tell you why I personally feel it's mental health. Of course, mental health plays a lot in it, but I just feel like Emma was saying on this speech, it was 6 minutes and 21 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, from the time the assailant went in, murdered 17 people, hid his weapon or got rid of his weapon, blended in with the crowd, and walked around outside of the school for an hour before he got captured.
Now, is that where the deputies were told not to go in? Is that the same school? Parkland? Is that Parkland? Yeah, Parkland, Florida.
Yeah. But they caught him outside. He actually walked out. 6 minutes, and you killed 17 people. How many people got killed in Vegas? We know there were 49 at the Pulse shooting. I'm just saying the amount of or volume of people that you can kill in a short amount of time, because people have these assault weapons,
Right.
these rifles.
Again, and these
And-
are unstable people.
They're unstable people, but what I'm saying, there's a difference between a Glock 9mm or even a regular just shotgun.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna kill some people, but when you get an AR-15 or an Uzi or
Right. No, I understand what you're saying.
AK-47 or
Right.
M16,
Right.
those those are weapons of mass destruction. You can take out a lot of people in a short amount of time,
Right.
especially if they're unarmed.
Right.
And I'm saying, let's minimize the amount or volume. It's bad enough that people are losing their mind going out and murdering people, but let's at least try to cut down on how many they can kill. I mean, if
No, I know what
if
you're
they got extra clips and they know how to use that rifle, if they have extra clips and they know how to use that weapon, it's gonna be bad, bro.
No, I know what you're saying, but what people have to realize too is,
I'm just cutting up today.
you're fired.
I'm losing my control on my tech.
Rod, you're
my-
fired.
My technology is going crazy.
What
on me
people
today.
have to realize too is, we make guns in this country.
We make guns.
You know, we make guns. In
we
this-
sell
manufacture
guns.
guns in this country.
We love guns, but
Supply and demand.
we are
I
the
personally
country
don't
of
see,
freedom.
I personally don't see this going away. It's just like with the pharmaceutical companies,
Right.
you know, the opioid crisis. People can talk all that noise, but as long as these corporations, organizations have deep pockets and can keep paying people, nothing's really.
But
gonna
Wes,
change.
the majority of the people in this country don't want it.
It
we-
seems that way.
There's
seems
a
that way.
demand for guns,
It seems that way.
but why aren't other countries having the high volume of violent gun homicides the way we do?
Well,
There
what if
was
we
one after
compare-
Parkland, Florida. There was another one, I believe, in Massachusetts.
No,
like
I
a week later.
I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
3 people died.
Other countries who ban, you know, the guns or whatever the case might be, but they have crimes. But their crimes, they have stabbing issues too. You know, that's something
Yeah.
that we got to look at too. It's like, okay, you if you take away the weapon, they're gonna find another one. What I'm saying is unstable people. They need to attack that first.
No,
I think it's the
I
mental
say
health.
I
They need to
say
attack that first.
minimize the amount of weapons, minimize the guns, the automatic assault rifles that you don't need. You can protect your home with a Glock, with a 9mm, with a shotgun, with a rifle. You can protect your home.
Right.
What I'm saying is you got weapons that are meant to take out a lot of people at one time, and there's no need for it. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Arnold Schwarzenegger killed the Predator. So what are you hunting with an AR-15? Are you hunting deer?
I'm here.
You don't need get to the chopper. You don't need an assault rifle to protect your home. You can protect your home with a 9mm. You can get a sawed-off shotgun. You can get a rifle. You could keep people and back people up. That's all I'm saying with these guns.
I just like the way you say sawed-off shotgun, like this was the 90s. Like we said.
Sawed-off shotgun, man. Listen, if you clock a 12 gauge.
Oh, I know.
Oh, people gonna be like, this is not the right house.
Yeah, you can.
We need to go. you gonna have an upset stomach real quick. And all I'm trying to say is, we need to deal with the mental issue, but we need to get rid of these weapons. Need to get them off the streets and make them illegal. People are still gonna buy them. People are still gonna have
Sure.
access to them. But if we can legally
course.
minimize, like the state of New York,
Drugs are illegal.
look at the state of New York, how they turned their gun issue around.
You know.
New York has made great strides in gun violence by cutting it down, by taking these automatic weapons off the street.
I'm not saying that there shouldn't be something done about the, you know, like the ARs and all that. I'm not saying that, but I think that people are skipping over mental health and going immediately.
No, I don't think
you know,
so.
There are a lot of people who just forget about that and they go immediately to guns.
Well,
guns,
let me ask you
versus-
this: would you rather have a crazy man with a 6-shooter or a rifle, or would you rather have a crazy man with an AR-15 or an AK-47?
I'd rather have a crazy man in a psych ward.
Well,
You know what
we
I'm saying?
Understand that, but
know?
I'm saying if he has access to a weapon, I want a weapon that's
No, I
that's
understand
gonna
what you're
cut
saying.
down on the amount of
I-
people he can kill.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with that. But I'm just saying, let's not forget or skip over that part of it.
No,
you know?
and I agree
know.
with you. I think that's the first thing they ask. They do psych evaluations.
Not at Walmart.
let me tell you something. A lot of these gun violent killings and murders, I hate to say it, but the FBI, I think, knew about a couple of them, and they didn't take action the way they should have. That's just my opinion.
Right.
They didn't jump on it the way they should have. They a lot of these people, they already know.
They're on some sort of watch list or something. I don't
I'm
know.
also going to be a conspiracy theorist and start some mess about the bombings in Austin.
Go ahead, man. Speak
But
on
the
it.
majority of the people in Austin that were getting these letters or these packages delivered to them were African American, Hispanic. It was in those neighborhoods. Reportedly, the guy blew himself up. The FBI found this guy, but I don't think he blew himself up. I think they got rid of him after he did his dirt. And I'm telling people to be careful. I just feel that way personally. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. I believe that these packages were delivered on purpose. As a matter of fact, a couple of the victims, they are saying that these people were terrorists and they mishandled the packages themselves, but they were going to go out and commit some crime. That's a bunch of BS, and you know it. They're taking the victims and trying to turn them into terrorists instead of addressing the problem. And I think some of these packages that were delivered, they killed, just like your boy that killed President Kennedy.
Mhm.
Okay, shortly after, they knocked him off. I think the
Oh,
same
you talking
thing.
about Lee Harvey Oswald?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Right.
When they killed Lee Harvey Oswald, I think there was some conspiracy involved in that, and I think it's the same thing.
The
with
views
these
of
packages.
Rod Ziegler do not reflect the views and opinions
Don't be
of
scared,
Wes.
Wes. Don't be afraid,
on
man.
the Z-Files.
Don't be afraid,
I'm sorry. Excuse me. What, my friend?
Wes. Don't be afraid,
Excuse
man.
me. What, my friend?
I'm just
My
keeping
friend.
it real,
No,
man.
I
They
know what you're
killing
saying.
us, bro.
It seemed crazy that I didn't see more news coverage.
They
about
not
the-
listen.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
They
like,
said
I was like,
nothing.
Yeah.
Come on, people getting blown up.
Yeah.
That's a lead story.
On American soil too. Bombs going
listen,
off. You know.
America is terrorizing itself, and they sending you packages so you can get killed. And then when you get blown up with the package they sent, they're blaming you and saying that you're a terrorist.
And you mishandled.
And you mishandled the
the
package.
whatever.
They're turning the victims into terrorists, and that's a bunch of BS. When the real terrorists are killing the person that made the bombs, they killed him. They're not gonna let you see. Just like that guy they killed in the woods. Well, I can't think of the actual time, but the guy they chased in the woods and they set his cabin on fire.
Oh, the guy, the former police officer who shot up the cops.
Yep. They found him. They weren't gonna bring him in.
Mike, was it Mike Dahmer?
They weren't gonna bring him in. They found him and they cut the cameras off.
Yeah. My
And
man.
he was held. He was out in the woods in a cabin,
Yeah.
and he was holding them off. And they cut the cameras off. They was like, "We're not gonna show this."
Yeah, and
They burned the man.
Yeah, he said, "I will bring asymmetrical warfare."
He was about it.
I was like, "Jeez, Louise."
He was about it though. If you,
He was. I mean, he was trained.
He
was
went out
trained law
like a
enforcement officer.
soldier.
Yeah, man. You know.
but that wasn't cool either.
Yeah.
You know, we got some people out there. To me, once you get to the point where you don't value life, and we got so much, it's not just.
What made him go off the deep end? Did they say?
He's just tired of the violence and tired
Oh.
of the crime and tired of the unfair treatment of people, of his people.
Right.
Once you go off the deep end though, and you don't value life, that's where the whole problem begins. And we are programmed in this country with the violence we watch on television shows, with the movies we watch. We know it's just entertainment, but some people don't value the video games that we play. We just program and we're desensitized.
Right.
We are like, oh, we get another life. Well, in real life, you don't get another life.
Right.
Once it happens, it happens. Let's get back to these young people, though.
No, go. Yeah. go
After
ahead.
saying a few words at Saturday's March for Our Lives protest in Washington, D.C., Emma Gonzalez, one of the survivors of the Parkland, Florida school massacre last month, began an unannounced moment of silence. 6 minutes and about 20 seconds she began. In a little over 6 minutes, 17 of our friends were taken from us. 15 were injured, and everyone, absolutely everyone in the majority of Stoneman Douglas community was forever altered. Everyone who was there understands. Everyone who has been touched by the cold grip of gun violence understands. She added before naming the victims of the school shooting. Basically, she went up west. She started speaking, and in the middle of her speech, she gave an unannounced moment of silence. And she stood there for 6 minutes, and not quite 6 minutes, about she was up there for about 7 minutes, and about 4.5 minutes of it, she gave an unannounced moment of silence. And then she went on by saying that I've been up here exactly 6 minutes and 20 seconds. That was the amount of time it took for the perpetrator to do what he did.
Right.
And what I'm saying is these young people, and you're absolutely right, the majority of the marches, the civil rights movement, Jim Crow, Vietnam, all of our protests when people were fighting for rights were led, the majority were led by young people, high school students, college students. And it's a beautiful thing to see America's youth get out. I nominate them for president. I say let all the young people get together and let them sit together in the room and make decisions for our country.
How old? When you say young people, how old?
The high school students. Let them take over. They'll do better than Donald Trump. You don't think they'll do? You don't think they'll do better than Donald Trump?
Hey man, do you not remember yourself at that age? Because I remember me.
How many things do you think would get passed in Congress that would be good for our country compared to what Donald Trump has done?
Young people?
Come on now. I know some SGA presidents that'll do a better job of being president than Donald Trump has. Do you know where Donald Trump was while these kids were marching?
Hold on.
Do you know where Donald Trump was? He was at a retreat.
Hold on.
And he was at a retreat, probably playing golf.
Hold on. These kids didn't get sat down and had the curtain pulled back so they could see the Wizard, of Oz. They didn't get to see the real deal. They didn't pull the curtain back and say, "Hey, this is what really goes on in America." All this, lights and show that we show the public.
Look, Wes. I think there are a lot of them that know. I think there are a lot of them.
Man.
I think. Look how these young kids. Look how these kids mobilized and were able to get thousands to come to Washington D.C. A lot of them during their spring break. Look how serious these young people are.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm impressed.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm just joking about nominating for president, but I'm not joking when I say
right.
I know some young people that probably would do a better job being president than Donald Trump.
Right.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. The SGA president at my alma mater, Bethune-Cookman University, would be a better president than Donald Trump. I'm sorry. He would. Name one thing that Donald Trump has done productive and good for this country.
Unified us.
Unified who?
People.
What people?
People in general.
He's making America great again.
He
has unified us in
the
sense that we want to get him out.
That's what I'm saying. You have to thank him for the good and the bad, because he is so horrible that people are coming together. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. In that
you understand?
In that perspective, I agree. I agree. He's boo-boo trash garbage.
Right.
He's Agent Orange.
Right.
He's like an agent of the devil, man. He's stupid. He's insensitive. This is what bothers me about America, though.
I'm listening.
You ready?
I'm listening.
We voted him in. He didn't cheat. Somebody lying, Wes. They voted him in. There's a lot of people that regret voting him in,
right,
but they voted him in. A lot of those people that was out there marching, they voted for Trump.
A lot of women voted for him.
A lot of women voted for him. And they did it in hopes that he would shake things up, shake up the status quo, change some things, and they were wrong. Come on, Donald Trump. You saw how bad Arnold Schwarzenegger was as governor. Not that an actor can't be president. Ronald Reagan.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Tear down his. If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be recognized the way he got recognized. Come on, trickle down economics. We're the rich people. We'll just let you get the change, the pennies. Come on, man.
It ain't changed, man.
No. But I'm just saying. Shout out to Emma Gonzalez. Shout out to all these young people that got out and participated in March for Our Lives.
Yeah, because it's an ugly situation, man.
We thank you for your participation. I have new faith in the young people, because young people, they scare me sometimes.
No, I do too.
Like, y'all a little crazy, y'all a little off, but I had to take my hat off and say, God bless them yesterday.
Children are our future.
And they stepped up when adults haven't. I mean, we trying, but they stepped up in a big way. They really showed their parents. They really showed all the adults. They showed the powers that be that we have a voice. We care about our environment. We care about our school environment. We care about our communities. We care about gun violence. And they are making their voices heard. And I'm telling you, heads will roll in the next election. A lot of people are coming out of office. They're getting ready to get snatched out of there because people like Emma Gonzalez, who will be of age and be ready to vote, they're going to be, listen, these kids are going to mobilize election time. They're coming out. And you know the beautiful part about it? It's all races. It's black, white, Hispanic. They sticking together, man.
Thank your president for that.
You know what, though? I'm not going to thank him. You know what? Because I'm not going to thank him, Wes. You know what? I'm not giving him anything. You know why? I'm not going to thank him because every disaster or tragedy we've had, one thing I will say, America has shown unity. Like when the rubber meets the road, when things get rough, there's a lot of racists out there and violent people, white supremacists, but they didn't raise up the way they did until he became president. And all I'm saying is we stick together when we need to pull together. We did. When they had hurricane, what was that in Houston? We had Irma. They had Harvey. What was the hurricanes? The last hurricane.
I don't remember the
last
I know what you're
hurricane
talking
season. I
about.
think
Yeah.
it was Harvey
Yeah.
or Herman. But when Houston got flooded, I saw young black men help an old lady, and they rescued her from her car. They went in there and they risked their lives to get that white woman out.
Right. It's
I saw
it's-
I saw a white man
if you got an ounce of
pick
humanity,
a
in you,
black woman up and save her from her car.
yeah, if you got an ounce of humanity in you, you're gonna help somebody out. You're just not gonna let someone.
Man,
just
we
die.
America.
You know what I mean?
Listen, I refuse to let the way Donald Trump has corrupted the White House and contaminated our leadership in the world to be at the forefront. I'm not giving him credit for nothing because all the people, these young people that were sticking together, they stick together anyway. They're not like a lot of these adults. These kids are not. I mean, there are some young kids who are racist. They're being taught racism and white supremacy. But the majority of us, the majority of these kids, I work at a school.
Right.
They stick together, bro.
Right.
They love each other.
Right.
They really do.
Right.
And so to see them put their actions, to come together and take action is only an indicator that we really not that bad as a country. We just got a few buttholes who have toupees, who are white privileged, running things, and their time is up. The sexual harassment is about to come to it. If it hasn't already, it's coming to a screeching halt. The gun violence, they're getting ready to take these automatic weapons off the street. There are changes that are going to be made for the better, and it's not because necessarily Donald Trump did anything to make it happen. It's what he's not doing.
This is only year one.
He's not being a leader. He's not being
Right. This is year one, right?
yeah, he's not a leader. He's not somebody that should represent our country. And people are coming together in that aspect, but we were going to come together anyway. So we're going to get him out of there. He's gone, man. I find it hard to believe he'll make it 4 years, but then again, people find it hard to believe that he will win.
Exactly.
So how much time we been, Rest? We've
Smoke
been
and
running.
mirrors, man. Smoke
We've
and
been
mirrors.
running our mouths. How long we been on, man?
43 minutes.
43 minutes, I think that's good. But
Pretty
you
good.
got anything you want to say to the good people, man? Oh, make sure you please visit me at Rod Z Comic. That's RODZ COMIC on Twitter and Instagram. Check out our YouTube channel, The Z Files, and subscribe to it. And also visit my website at rod-z.com. Western, tell the people how they can get in touch with you, man.
I am on Facebook as Western Pierre. I'm also on Instagram at Western Pierre Photo. I try to stay up on social media, but you know how it is being a family man and all. I got a lot going on.
Yeah. I apologize to my Facebook Live people. I cut it off. It was just messing up too much.
It's all
The
good.
set looks great, man.
Oh, thank you, sir.
We've improved. If you go back and watch our first episode up to now, you will see that we're improved. And guess what? We're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue bringing these stories, giving our opinions, talking about current events, and we're going to start having more fun. Wes, you got to get that board up, man, so we can start getting our special guests on the phone. I'm
Cool.
blaming you.
You can blame me. It's all good.
I'm blaming you.
It's all good.
I know you're a family man and you got stuff
all
going
good.
on, but the Z Files must endure.
Oh, we will.
Wakanda forever, baby. Let's talk about before we go. Let's talk about Black Panther one more time. #1 hero movie of all time, baby.
I didn't have any doubts. When I saw the first trailer, I was like, "Oh, this movie's going
What are you looking
Take
forward to next?
Infinity Wars, the Avengers,
Oh yeah.
because it's gonna take place in Wakanda."
Oh my God,
You seen the trailer?
it's gonna be good. No, I haven't seen the trailer. Are we allowed to show the trailer?
Yeah, why not?
Show the trailer, bro. We're gonna show you the trailer to Infinity Wars, which will take place in Wakanda.
Well, most of it, I guess, the main battle scene should be taking place in Wakanda. Let's see.
So why they gotta tell Wakanda? See, I don't like.
Well, they're looking for it's Thanos looking for the stones for his gauntlet. You know. this
See,
thing
you
called-
you be knowing stuff, Wes.
Hey man, hey man, hey man.
We're gonna have to do a special Z Files, a special.
I don't know everything. You know what I mean?
So check this out, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on,
This
let's
is the
see.
trailer to Infinity Wars.
Hold on, let's see.
Marvel Studios.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we'll use.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. I hope they remember you.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Wes and I
There
are
was an idea.
movie geeks. We love movies. We love going to the movies. I watch old movies, new movies, it don't matter. But when it comes to superhero movies, I
Watch
can't
them all.
wait.
Watch them
When is that coming out?
all. Next month.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they pushed the release date up. I mean, they moved it up.
I got a question for you.
It's supposed to be later.
Do you think it will outdo Black Panther?
In numbers?
No
Sales?
way.
No.
Not-
It'll get close, but I don't think it'll outdo it.
Black Panther, man. People went to see that movie. Okay, what's your count? I went to see it twice.
4.
You went to see it 4 times.
Yeah.
So between you and I, we averaged
Yeah.
3 times a piece.
Right.
That's wonderful.
Right. No, it'll do good, but I don't think it'll do Black Panther numbers. Well, the thing is, somebody's gonna die. Like if you follow the comic books, you know Thanos kills like half of the universe
Mm.
because he gets all the stones in the gauntlet or whatever. You know?
See, you read the comic books.
Not really. I just Cliff Notes. I haven't read the comic books in a while. Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Haven't followed.
Wes
it in a while.
reads Cliff's Notes, guys. All right, so that's episode 7. We're gonna wrap it up. We want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for joining us. This show may take a whole different direction. When you just did that, I just felt in my spirit that we should cover more movies and
Hey.
have more fun with this.
Hey, man.
Music and movies,
It is what it is, man.
because people love music and movies.
You know, back in the day, there was this place called Blockbuster Video.
Oh my God.
And I worked there when I was in high school.
Oh my God, that's why you messed up now.
Pretty much.
You was watching the movies, weren't you?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into some movies, and we'll start adjusting and shaping the show. But again, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. My name is Rod Z, and on behalf of Westerner Pierre, we want to thank you and say, have a good day. God bless you.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Z-Files, baby.